What's going on, guys? It's Cheesy and welcome back to F1 2019 video. It's definitely been a minute. We have not played F1 2019 in a minute. I'm hoping to get the series done as quickly as possible just because I'm trying to get into the F1 2019, but I've been doing some things. You guys will see that in time. In time, you guys will see that, and I hope you'll be enjoying that, but I've been working on some stuff. So we're going to continue the career mode. I've noticed that when you go back in, it doesn't save the information that you input, so it's still showing that it's the end of the China race, but it isn't anything changed because we've done the China race. So the China race saves, but it just takes us back to the headquarters. So I've looked at it. So we get put back into the results, and right now we're winning the rivalry. I know, but I believe we already picked Devin Butler as our rival, so we'll pick that again just to keep it the same, because we'll want to do that. And if you guys don't know, we are still playing on the controller on the pad.
Remember to select a driver that you consider your rival.
Yeah, so same rival
on the workstation.
and
Performing well against your rival can earn
I
you
think
respect
yeah.
and better terms when it comes to our contract reviews.
Okay then, so we're gonna choose
Here you can see a list
Devin
of
Butler
eligible
again,
drivers to
but
declare as your rival.
it'll be alright.
The more challenging they are to beat, the more the paddock will respect you for succeeding. Just be aware, you'll lose the same amount of respect if you come off second best.
Lose?
So it
What
may
are
be
you
wise
talking
not to
about?
be
I'm never gonna
overly cautious.
lose. I'll only win. I was tempted to pick Danny Rick, but I'll keep it the same. Maybe he'll be the next rival. And we're gonna still be going. We still have the R&D points that we didn't use. I believe we got that facility upgrade, the parts. But I think that I want to do this major upgrade to help out the car, and it'll be useful. So we're gonna head in this time attack. Perez is attending the overtake challenge, so I chose that instead, just because I think it helps out with the rivalry. It helps out in between, but it is at my home circuit. Next year, we're gonna have the home circuit. As you know, we did the rebranding, the videos on that, but we're there, and we'll
Putting
listen
aside
up.
for a moment the excitement of the Formula One World Championship, today's historic invitational makes a nice change of pace. It not only serves as a way to revisit some of the best cars in the sport's history, but also gives the drivers the opportunity to show off their skills and demonstrate to the crowds exactly why their reputations are so well deserved.
So we're the McLaren, a historical McLaren car, 1970s car, and we're in the USA for Circuit of Americas, and we'll have to try to, I believe, overtake as many cars as possible. We have these different camera views, but as you guys probably know, the cockpit view for these historical cars that don't have the halo is the best. I think that it's much better than everything else we have, but I just always like to have the full field of view because I am on a smaller monitor, probably like a 24-inch, I believe. So we have these 10 cars that we need to overtake, and this is a track that I always struggle with. Yeah, this isn't my strong suit. I've practiced it a couple times before this, but it isn't great. As you see, I run into the end. We'll be a Kaufman ahead of us, and we'll be trying to get him. This is a time attack too, so we have that time factor that's definitely contributing to or limiting our success. Maybe if that we go for dive and cut the corner. Yeah, sorry's up next. I'm not gonna make any puns this time. He's probably hated me for that last one, but he's up next. We'll have the faster car on the straight. I think we'll be able to take him on the straight. We get the move done, so we have the 7 more cars to overtake. in the 4 minutes that we have. This is pretty good pace, I think, for the timing, as we get another overtake done, so 6 more. And someone needs to move those cones. I'm about to call up the FIA, Ferrari Assistance Organization, International. I saw this funny meme that I shared, but Ferrari has not been doing too well. So Lavasur, no dive there. I thought it would be safe on our benefit, but we'll get him on the straight, and we might even be able to outbrake the dude ahead, Coppins, before. No, we're not that close. We'll take our time on the S section. We'll be able to get him, I think. Just right here. Pretty good move as we get the job done. So we have 4 more overtakes to make, and I think these are set up for you to win. Zumi is coming up, and touch him. Our braking is a little bit off with these slower cars, but we'll get the job done. So 2 more overtakes, I believe, 3 more as we run that corner wide, but on this straight we should be able to get Clark. And coming up, we just about get the job done. Nicely done. So Moreno coming up, and we'll get these last 2. On the inside, and we make that job. I feel like we're a lot more smoother with this car during the overtaking. I mean, not when we're pumping, but on this corner section. It's like the opposite of Russia, which is the next Grand Prix after the second Italian. I forget what the name is, but I think we're going to go for a dive next corner, try to get the job done, and we should be able to do it, get it done. So I'll catch up with you guys at the end once we get those points. So 5 seconds left, and we are in the top 5, or top number 1. So we got that overtake challenge, and we'll be moving on to, I believe it's Bahrain Grand Prix. So I think that's where we'll be headed. Pretty fun, pretty exciting time. Or Azerbaijan, excuse me. So free practice 1 of Azerbaijan Grand Prix, and that'll be pretty exciting for us. But I think first we'll go into the headquarters and we'll get everything done.
Congratulations on your success in the invitational events. It might not help you in the championship standings, but it definitely helps to build your reputation.
So we're here at the workstation, and the Azerbaijan Grand Prix is going to get underway, and we'll be allowed to go into free practice 1. We have wet qualifying, but a dry race. I don't think we'll be qualifying too well there, but a dry race is always nice to see. We'll be going through the one track acclimatization lap. I cannot pronounce that word for my life, but we'll be doing that, and then we'll hop into qualifying. It's not to bore you.
Welcome to the Baku City Circuit, where free practice for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix is about to get underway. This is a technical circuit which will nonetheless see some huge speeds, with a near flat-out final sector that's twice the length of Shanghai's back straight. Let's see who can find the right balance in their setup today. Beside me to take you through free practice today is a man with 3 decades of racing experience under his belt. It is, of course, Anthony Davidson. Thanks for joining us today, Ant, and tell me, where should we be focusing our attention today?
I think we need to be looking across the entire field to see how far these cars are able to push a single set of tyres. While everyone will be trying different setups and running with different fuel loads, if you're attentive enough, you can definitely pick out trends for each type of tyre compound, which will give us a rough idea of how long the drivers are able to stay out there during a stint in the race.
So we're in the car, and we'll go out into the track on the Alclaton. This one, not gonna say it again, but the flying lap, and we'll get a full lap under our belts before we move on to qualifying. Of course, I'll practice a little bit more, but you guys will only see that much. We have a clear track, which is nice, so I can try to go full speed, maybe get a couple places higher, but that'll be about it. So we have a long straights, so you don't want too much downforce, even for the wet qualifying, because it transfers over the parfum. So the first gate, we get it nicely. A lot of boxy corners, 90 degrees. Good exit out of DRS. These long straights, pretty fun. Good overtaking places, because you have a chicane, but it's 90-degree corners and some straight in between, so an interesting one, but nonetheless a chicane. These hard, and then of course you have the castle section, which is everybody's favorite part, and Charles Leclerc's least favorite. I say everybody's favorite part, but nobody actually likes the castle section. It's a pain in the butt to get through. And I don't think we've turned up the difficulty this one, just because this part right here, we're pretty slow through this, and part is not perfect. But we're going through now, and you have these fast-paced corners, and you have to brake really early for this, and we just managed to get through. It's a pretty fun track. I'm enjoying this so far, and we've passed the target score, which is nice. So doing well for ourselves, doing well for the team. DRS open, and that'll be a very nice lap. Very nice lap indeed. So purple sector. So I'll keep on practicing. I'll put in some laps, and I'll catch up with you guys once we end the session and get to qualifying.
It's time to remind ourselves of our top 3, who are Leclerc, Mr. Monaco, and Sebastian Vettel. And that's it. Practice is officially over. Until next time, goodbye.
So we finished second under the Ferrari, and we're now moving into the one-shot qualifying, which should be pretty fun.
Welcome to qualifying in the Republic of Azerbaijan. The teams are making their last-minute adjustments before the lights go green, and the fight for pole position can get underway. With the weather as it is today, Anthony Davidson, we have, to some extent, to throw the form book out of the window. Who do you see having the advantage on this slippery, unpredictable track surface?
The trouble is, Crofty, they need to be thinking about the race tomorrow. You don't want to go jacking up the ride heights and piling on a few points of extra downforce that you're not going to want in the Grand Prix itself. The Parc Fermé regulations mean that you have to make that choice. The best thing the drivers can do is adapt with the tools they have available in the cockpit. Moving the brake bias forward will help stop the rear end slipping out under braking, and opening up the differential can really help tame the oversteer on corner exit. The drivers that can make best use of these techniques will have the best chance for success here today.
And so we move into qualifying here, and the intermediate tires are selected, and they're 3 seconds quicker. So we're going with those, and we have a dry race. So I'm not great in the wet, so I think I'll be doing the increased downforce, and I'm good. Yeah, I'll keep it. I don't know if that was a good decision or bad decision, but we want to be faster in the race and make up as many places as we can. So keep on with that. Yeah, we have to brake very hard here, and the traction out of the corners is not going to be ideal. It's actually going to be very much less than ideal. We'll have to, as we just slid through that corner, almost. So it's not just staying in, it's actually leaving it. That's cool. And braking into this corner very early and sliding almost, missing our exit. But we get this corner and not a great angle. But they are still catching up. We'll have another chicane here where we slide past, and a lot of understeer. And that puts us down to P5. And we'll have this part right-hander here. I'll probably put that at 70 degrees. Castle section. Don't want to put a pull up or club. And my hands down and really drop. So we're coming out here, and I don't think pole is a contender for pole right now. But getting within maybe the second row, third row is very much doable. As we get up to the first row, so we tap the wall and exit, so we're down. I think I want to try to get into second row, first row now, and second row, so P5, and just get one more place. That'll be put us in a good position for a cruise victory as we just tap that exit. And nothing too devastating there, but not great, and it'll be a P6, no, P6, I think that is what it is.
We're really pleased.
Thank you. That was not my best lap by far, especially in the wet.
Qualifying complete,
So
let's review our
that's
top
alright.
3 today. Bottas, Hamilton and Sebastian Vettel. With qualifying wrapped up, we now have our grid lineup
Yeah,
for the
we were
big
a
race
second
tomorrow.
over.
Be sure to join
So
us then
that's
for what will no
not
doubt be a
too great.
fantastic race.
Won't want to mess with the car a little bit, but it is what it is. Oh. Yeah, I'm recording at like 11 o'clock, so if I do yawn,
Good day today.
my
Let's have
apologies.
your take on it.
So Claire again.
Are you happy
We're
with where you'll be
learning.
on the grid tomorrow?
No, but we gotta give it to the team. I think that bottom edger is looking good. Showman, I
The
didn't
weather
even think it
hasn't
would be
been ideal
Showman.
in qualifying.
Nope.
What's your take on it?
So that'll be a
You
sportsmanship
left a lot
answer.
of paint on the walls
That'll be
today. Were you struggling for grip, or did you just
I don't know.
misjudge
No,
some corners?
I don't know what you're talking about. Claire, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even know.
Appreciate your time.
Appreciate your time. Appreciate your time. That's all she says. So Azerbaijan race time.
Right, I think we can call that a successful qualifying. We should be in with a good chance in the race.
Good afternoon and welcome to Baku. This was the arena, if you think back to 2017, of one of the most eventful races of modern history, with controversy behind the safety car, last-second overtakes, and a historic podium for Williams and for Lance Stroll. So let's find out what lies in store for us this year. It's time for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. The Baku city circuit measures roughly 6 kilometers and is made up of 20 corners and 2 DRS zones. The circuit winds around the narrow city, through the old town, and even brushes against the city's medieval walls. However, as beautiful as the setting is, this track is also a ferocious technical challenge, where the smallest of mistakes could lead to catastrophic consequences for all of our drivers. And it's an absolute pleasure to be joined once again by Anthony Davidson. Let's talk about Mr. Monaco. They're still relatively new to a sport, which does have a high learning curve and, of course, little tolerance for mistakes.
And this is something that has ended the career of many a young driver, as that leap up to Formula One proves to be too much. But luckily in this case, I'd say they're doing a good, solid job, and the risk the team took in signing them is definitely starting to pay off.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and starting alongside in P2 is Sebastian Vettel. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Albon, Mr. Monaco, Max Verstappen and Magnussen, Weber, Perez, Bottas and Kimi Raikkonen, Gasly, Grosjean, Charles Leclerc and Kvyat, Giovinazzi, Norris, George Russell and Robert Kubica. Butler and Daniel Ricciardo fills the last spot on the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Alright, so I'm pumped up for this race. We have to push as far as we can. So the Ferraris are up top. That's not what's happening this year. Far from it, actually. But it's alright. We're at P4, so second row. The grid penalties for other people. It's 5 legs in. Away we go. We have a decent start. Everybody up behind me gets it. So we're at the inside line, and I think, there's that Albon. It's crazy. No, we're stabbing. So 2-second penalty because we got pushed and it was bad. So I think we'll be able to take Albon over just by sheer pace of the car. I don't think that's correct, but it's okay. I'm not complaining there. So Hamilton is ahead, and of course Hamilton is super fast, so he'll be trouble to catch, but I think we wait a couple laps. Once we have DRS, if we keep within range, we'll be able to catch. As we just had a birthday. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate it. As he goes a little bit short there, but this captain section we want to go slow and not jump on the walls as he did perfectly, and then I was just left behind and fail. Basically, so he's getting a little bit ahead. The price of 6 tenths, 5 tenths. As we close that gap, just slightly, so 3 tenths behind him, I would say right now, estimating that, and getting a good exit, I think, and we'll be in a good position to catch up to him at the end of this straight. Here we go. We have a bad exit in that corner, and I think might be at the same spot. Actually, my predictions are horribly wrong today, as we go inside, and we should be able to next corner. And it just goes on the gas. It's so fast, though. Crazy how fast it is, but he'll be alright. I think we'll be doing that, and be outside there. And can we get the move through? As he rams into us, That wasn't even. What are you doing, Lewis? What are you doing? I'm actually a little bit upset at him at the AM, but at him too. I was on my line. I didn't bump into his line. He just ran straight into me. He went straight in the corner. That was not sportsman shit. What are you doing there, Lewis? Please explain. That'll cost me my fastest lap, but hopefully we can get faster. So I'll catch up with you guys on the last lap, or if anything happens, but I'll race for right now.
This lap of the race. Keep this up. We're leading our teammate by 8.9 seconds.
So coming into the last lap of the race, we have Vettel behind us, and we do have a very comfortable lead as we set a new fastest lap of the race, and we'll probably up the difficulty of extended races because you can't have 25% races. So I'll think about that next time. But we do have a very healthy lead, and I think we should be. Excuse me. We should be able to get into the lead of this race and bring home a podium and bring home a race victory for the team and ourselves for the cheesy YouTube channel. Let's go. Cheesy, we do this. Let's get it done. Get it done. So, coming down towards the castle section as we run a little bit too heavy going through this, and we get a nice entrance and exit there, and I don't think at this point we'll be able to catch up once we get the spin. Spin the car as our referee has been doing, making himself a little bit like first, but you live and you learn. Always improvement for everybody. Just hope that they can do better. Hope that they can improve, because that's what I want to see from them. There's people out there, as I've said in my Sunday breakdowns, and going down to the last week, the pitch rate. And we should be good to go. It is a race victory. Let's go. Thank you guys. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Awesome driving today. That's 4
Thank
race
you,
wins
thank
in
you,
a
Jeff.
row.
That's just crazy. That's very nice. For qualifying 6th,
A
4th on the
victory
grid,
for Racing
and
Point. The
1st.
team will certainly be celebrating tonight. Anthony Davidson,
Thank
what
you.
helped them deliver this result?
Supporting them.
Well, time management probably played quite a large role in the outcome of this one. As ever, it's not just about speed, it's all about maintaining that speed consistently over a stint, over a race distance. So being able to keep up the lap times while still being smooth on the controls and gentle on the tyres, that's really where the race was won today.
Racing Point's performance today has shown that they can be competitive with the veterans of the sport. They're making their way out to the podium now as we speak, and the reaction from the crowd must be incredibly uplifting for them. Let's have a look then at the drivers' standings. Mr. Monaco increases their championship lead. After an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
Charles Leclerc showed exactly how to manage yourself out on the track today. He was almost flawless out there. Incredible stuff.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. The current championship leaders still hold top spot, but that gap is getting smaller. It was also a strong Grand Prix from Haas F1 this weekend. Fantastic work from the American team to move themselves further up the table. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time? Be sure to join us again as we continue to bring you the latest excitement in Formula One.
So admiring the standings and
Great work out
great.
there today.
Another
Let's have
interview.
your thoughts.
Thank you. Thank you. Great work.
You gained a lot of positions during the race, didn't
I
you?
really did. I really did. So I think you have to talk about the
Your
team.
team must be ecstatic with how you're performing.
Yeah, they really are. Jeff was very kind.
Do you have any comments about the collisions?
2-second penalty for that, actually. But it wasn't deliberate. It definitely wasn't. I wasn't trying to do anything. But you have to talk about the team.
It's looking like your team is lagging behind in terms of development. What's the reason behind this?
What you mean? There's no good answer for this, I don't think. It'll decrease for everybody. No, I don't know
Appreciate
if
your time.
that was a good notice or a bad notice, but we'll see in a second once we get to the headquarters, the workstation. So we're back at the workstation, and we have the rivalry breakdown. We're leading both rivalries at this point. Not a penalty free, but that's okay. And we get those resource points that you can use for the R&D table. We'll have that upgrade coming from the power department, I think, soon. So that'll be nice, and we'll be able to do stuff. So a lot of R&D points, team goal bonus, and I'd say we're 5th through the season. About 5th through the season, maybe maybe a 6th, but I would say a 5th. And I think we have that. I saw a sneak peek of the contract review, so we'll be able to get more money for that. But as we advance here,
That's a great result.
so
You did
contract
really well.
review. Thanks,
I don't
Jeff.
think we can have any complaints with our performance.
Appreciate it. So the workstation contract review, will press A to start and start the contract review.
It's time for us to renegotiate your contract.
So that's Claire.
Here you can see the current deal. Once negotiations begin, the team will make you an offer. You can accept if you like, but I strongly suggest we push for better terms.
So I think we'll try to go for those two. And we haven't used pit stops,
We're
but
asking for too much here. We need to
yeah.
make some compromises.
Okay. And I think that should be good. We're on level 2.
Our proposal has been
Okay, so
accepted.
negotiation
The new
successful.
contract will take effect from the next race weekend.
Appreciate it. So, looking good. So, that is it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the Bahrain Grand Prix. We got a podium. If you did enjoy, please leave a like on the video to let me know. And if you want to stay up to date on the content, you guys can consider subscribing. And until next time, guys, thank you. We will have a lot of videos coming out. I'll try to be doing this more often, and be sure to be on the lookout. See you guys.